Good evening, everyone. I'm Leah Cooper with your JCN News for this Monday, August 26. A meeting aiming to bring an end to the doctor's strike this morning at the Department of Labor has been canceled. This coming from Labor Director John Pinder, who says the meeting was called off by Bahamas Doctors Union President Dr. Melisande Bassett.
I had a conversation with the president of the Doctors Union this morning, and she indicated that Horton had advised her that there is some clause in the proposal coming from the Prime Minister that we were supposed to discuss this morning as relates to the holiday pay, that if she signs or agree to it, it'll become null and void. And so she didn't wish to continue the meeting.
Now, according to this morning's Bahama Journal, the unions beefing up their demands. Initially, outstanding holiday pay was at the crux of their grievances, but now the new demands range from increased health insurance to a request for Crown land. Mr. Pinder says he isn't aware of those requests.
I didn't see the proposal from the Prime Minister to them. I was supposed to review that this morning once the meeting got started, but again, that meeting has been canceled.
This afternoon, Labor Minister Dion Folks released a statement indicating that pursuant to Section 76 of the Industrial Relations Act, he has considered that the strike action taken as a result of the strike certificate issued on the 19th of December 2018 relative to a trade dispute filed on the 25th of September 2018 concerning the issue of employers' failure to pay employees holiday pay in accordance with the Industrial Agreement and the Employment Act has affected and threatened the public interest. That said, Minister Folks says he's referred the dispute, which has given rise to the strike action, to the Industrial Tribunal. In accordance with the said act, all parties to dispute have been notified in writing. The Doctors Union, along with members of the Trade Union Congress, were to meet at the Department of Labor to determine the way forward. Today marks the 6th day since doctors withdrew their services. The Health Minister also responds to President of the Bahamas Doctors Union, Melisande Bassett, comments this weekend, labeling them as interesting. You see, Dr. Bassett expressed to reporters that she felt officials ambushed the union. However, Dr. Sands insists that the Ministry of Health and Public Hospitals Authority officials were invited to a meeting this past Friday by Labor Director John Pinder.
Well, we have a number of options at hand, and we will exercise whichever option is most effective.
Dr. Sands adds that health officials have continued to meet every day, adding that he also continued negotiations with the union's attorney. Labor Director John Pinder also chimes in on the matter.
Furthermore, it is never a bad opportunity to have a conversation to try and bring resolution in the interest of the people of the Bahamas, particularly when, we are not enemies. We are advocating for the interest of the people of the Bahamas, and we're on the same team. Now, we may have a different view as to how to get to the end point that we're going to get to, but fundamentally, there are no enemies here. So to use a word like ambush speaks to a concept of antagonism, and I think it's an unfortunate choice of words.
I might have made an error in not advising her that they were coming to the meeting, but I cannot resolve a matter with just she and I meeting. If the PAJ or Ministry of Health owes her some funds, or owes her a member some funds, the only way I can resolve is to get both sides to agree what is owed, both sides agree to the payment, and then we can move forward from there. So I try to advise, of course, to have Christ right now to have the doctors out, to meet as early as Friday of last week, and to get the PHA and the Ministry of Health to agree to a settlement and see if I can get the Doctors Union to be satisfied with what would have been offered, and then the payment would have been made, get them to sign up onto something, and hopefully that would have satisfied them enough to get them back to work.
Health Minister Dr. Dwayne Sands refutes reports making its rounds on social media that he was hinting to fire some 12,000 Bahamian junior doctors if they don't get back to work. Since last Wednesday, a local daily reported that some 420 doctors withdrew their services here in the capital and Grand Bahama.
Social media is a wonderful place to make unsubstantiated allegations. I have made no such statement.
The report, featured on a popular Facebook page, indicated that Dr. Sands had Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis's full support on the move. It went on to say that the health minister would replace these junior doctors with Filipino doctors for a lower price point. This all follows an alleged screenshot of Dr. Sands sharing a post from American political journalism company Politico on Facebook. The article, written on August 5th, 2008, commemorated the day former U.S. President Ronald Reagan fired some 11,000 striking air traffic controllers. You're watching JCN News. Stay with us.
This segment of the news was brought to you by Alive.